Alrighty, welcome back to the stream. Hello everybody, it's Monday, which means that we're doing more Alchemortis development. Alright, but before we get into what we're doing today, I actually don't know what we're doing today, but there's a lot of work to do, so we'll find something. But again, I want to remind everyone that Alchemortis is available for wish listing on Steam, so check that out. It's the first line in the description below if you want to wish list that. You can also join the Patreon to financially support the game. As a reminder, the top tier here will have you receive a Alchemortis Steam key at launch. So whenever the game launches into Steam, you will get a Steam key, as well as your name in the in-game Alchemortis credits. So this is if you purchase this tier at any point during development. Of course, I would appreciate it if you stay subscribed, but you can just pay for 1 month of this, cancel your membership, and you will still get all these benefits here. So that's definitely going to help out, especially as I'm considering bringing on some professional marketing and game design consulting help. So that's going to help a lot. And of course, I got to pay my friend for the music that he's making and all that good stuff. So that goes a long way for sure. And you can also purchase one of my Udemy courses if you want to learn how to build games in the Godot engine. This will also help fund the development of Alchemortis, but it will also learn how to build a game. So hopefully some of that interests you, and you can also join the Discord. That's free, and like the video, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. So yeah, let's get right into it with what we're doing today. But before I do, hello Asymmetrics, welcome back. Always good to see you. V, I wonder who the acquaintance is, but hello V, welcome. Good morning Ninja Link. Good morning Swashbuckling Games. I had to Google how to spell acquaintance. Thought I had one more C in there somewhere. Yeah, like ace, like acquire, ace, ACQ. Hello, JKHE, welcome. Emerson, good morning. Tiramisu, welcome, welcome. You should start work on an in-game card catalog. Yeah, I have to be careful what I work on, because if I'm gonna get a build ready for Halloween for playtesting, then I need to like spend this 2 weeks being very careful. I think the next 2 weeks are largely just going to be balancing changes, adding new cards to the game. Probably will finish up this UI here, which I'm actually almost done. So maybe we'll finish that up on stream here. But yeah, I got to be very, very careful with the kinds of things that I start and do in this next couple of weeks, because we want the game to be nice and stable and playable for the next playtest. But I definitely do want to do an in-game encyclopedia, which will try to provide an explanation for everything in the game. So the goal is to, for any word that's highlighted in the UI, like damage or poison, to have an in-depth explanation of how it works in the encyclopedia, and also just things about how the internals of the game work, like what are the card execution orders, what happens when 2 cards execute at the same time, what happens when you've got multiple swarm cards, what happens when you got echo, what it counts as an execution, all that stuff. So I'd love to do that. So for people who want to get into the nitty-gritty details of like how the game actually works internally, I definitely want to do something like that. But yeah, probably not going to be starting on that for a while still. But yeah, that would be amazing. Yeah. Are we doing Alchemortis development today? No, we're working on a new game. Yes, we are, Emerson. 3rd region enemies. Yes, we're going to need to do 3rd region enemies. I may end up using a lot of the 2nd region enemies for the 3rd region for the playtest, but we'll try to get some 3rd region enemies in there. Hello, Meep. Welcome. Good to see you again. What is our current progress on the 3rd region? The 3rd region is basically done. I mean, I can add more decorations and stuff to the map, but I do need to build out some more cards. But I mean, I think functionally speaking, it's done. I guess that's not actually true. I need to end game after 3rd boss. So I don't yet have like an end game state. What else? Let's see. Were we done with we were done with the Elixir of Immortality. Cool, so we might as well finish up the inventory art here. I'm very close. I think what I'm gonna do for this remaining space here, this remaining space is I'm just going to do a pattern like this. It kind of looks like brambles a little bit. I did this, I don't know. Can you guys tell what this is? Do you know what this part is? Maybe you could show it in the preview over here too. Do you know what that decoration is? I don't know. We'll see. You can look at it in the preview here. Son of a bee, welcome back, Neozoid. It's a rose. Let's see what other people say. Rose. I'm not going to reveal what it is until I get some more responses there. But yeah, let's see if we can finish this up. I don't think it's going to take that long to finish this up, actually. I do need to match the highlighting, or the shadow here. Okay, that's good. A roll. A cinnamon roll. Okay. Hello, solo leveling. Do you guys... It reminds me of that item in Terraria, a Bezoar. I don't know what that is. I played Terraria, I just don't remember that item. Must be a cinnamon roll, a squid. I'm about to ascend to asymmetric hood. It is a rose. It is a rose, so I'm glad you got it. So I'm glad that it's at least readable as a rose. So we need to finish out the highlighting down here. We also need to, let's just create a new layer here. We're going to call this top decoration. I hope this doesn't end up being too busy, but we'll see. We will see. So here, oh, I should put the symmetry on. Okay, let's create an outline here real quick. Okay, that'll work. And now let's see. Can I do something like this? If I do a big loop here. No, I don't like that. Okay, it's getting there. Hold on a second. I'll get it. I'll get it. There we go. We'll give that a shot. Okay. I'm still borrowing some of the designs from that one cathedral I was looking at. Okay, and then we can do some branches out here. And probably make this thicker on this side. Okay. Let's see. Maybe we'll make this thicker as well. Might be too thick. Now I'm just going back to its original shape. I think this will be all right. That's good. We can make this a little bit thicker. Maybe branch this down a little bit. Let's see. That'll work. What is this little loopy thing going on here? That works too. Probably want to make this outside look a little bit thicker as well. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, we're getting there, we're getting there. It's gonna be a little bit of effort, that's all. Just gonna be a little bit of effort, that's all. Let's see. We need a cauldron and a bat card for Halloween. Yeah, we could do that. I love the little details on the molding, the little nicks and wear and tear gives a lot of character. Thank you. Yeah, I like how it turned out for sure. The unfortunate thing is I think I have to redo my, well, not redo, but I need to bring some of these style elements over to the card inspector as well. So I'm gonna have to just do that again. This is what happens when you're not a professional artist. You fail to think ahead and like match themes and whatnot. Then you have to redo stuff. It's okay. I'm not salty. I'm not salty. There's this kind of like blank space here. I wonder if that should just be thickened here. Just thicken that up a little bit. We can maybe just connect it in spots. That works. That's probably good. I don't know if it needs to be busier than that. I think that's okay. Just put a little thing there. This can probably be thickened a little bit. And then down here we can thicken this up as well. Yeah, that'll work. I almost wonder if I want to shift this. Do I want to shift this over? I'm gonna have to not do this with symmetry on. Take this. Nope. Take this. This here. Shift it over one. Paint this like that. We can thicken this up now. No, that's not gonna look good. We'll just keep it the way it was. Although I can probably just... Son of a biscuit. Okay, that'll work. All right, anywhere else? I don't like that. Let's just thicken that up there. Thicken that up there. Yeah. That looks all right. Cool. So we've got our top decoration now. And now we can just shade all this stuff. Hello, Michael. Welcome back. Hello, Artem. Good to see you. UI is never ending. Let the UI consume you. We too shall become UI. Yeah, this is... I didn't want my next game after Gunforge to be super UI heavy after the nightmare that Gunforge UI was, and then I make a game that's totally UI, and it's like, okay, all right. Oh well. The idea is too good to shirk away from because of the hefty UI work. So the only solution at this point is to, as they say, get good. That is the only solution. Hello, Brackhack, welcome. Imagine not being a professional artist on top of the other 15 things you do. Right, yeah, the audacity, dude. What am I, lazy or something? What am I, lazy? Okay, we don't want the symmetry on here. So now let's just go down here. I'm on the right layer, right? Yeah. So now we're going to go down here and we're going to add, let's bring this preview in line over here. Do highlighting in the same style that I've done everywhere else. Okay. Yep, we're just doing some highlighting. Not much to I can't talk, whatever. Not much to say other than that. That's probably okay. We don't want it to be too busy. So we'll just slap some little highlights here and there. Do I want to put one over here? There we go. I think that looks decent. Maybe this section here is a little bit too solid here. I might do that. Oops. I think that's fine. Doesn't need to be perfect. Okay, so that bottom decoration is done. I'm gonna lock it and then also move it here. Now we got to do this one. Top decoration. Yeah, we'll just keep, I don't know what to say other than, yep, we're doing some shading, you know? Always when I'm doing this kind of art, I just don't know, like, what should I say that will make this more entertaining for the viewers? And the answer is, I have no idea. I have no idea. So you can enjoy the sweet sounds of my royalty-free lo-fi in the background. Do I want to do something like that? That might be too much. That'll work. It's all right, doesn't need to be perfect. Most of this is just about, you know, it's just about giving the impression that it's lit, you know? I don't think it needs to be like 100% perfect. That'll work. Maybe we'll add just a little part right there. Then we can go on this side now. Okay. Yep. Ornaments on ornaments. Yeah, seriously. What can I say? This is the highlight of the stream. Not trying to throw shade. Nice. Sing. Oh my gosh. Your silent suffering isn't nourishing enough. Imagine choosing one of the most intricately ornate styles of architecture there is for your game. Couldn't be me. Couldn't be me. Probably skipping a lot of parts, but we'll come back. The good thing is that this doesn't need to be, like I said, it doesn't need to be like super, like I'm not really putting that much highlighting on here, so it's relatively easy actually. It's just a little bit, you know, just a little bit tedious because I got to go through and make sure everything's good. Okay. I think maybe here that part could be a little bit thicker, maybe. Mm. That's too thick. That works, I think. There's a spot over here that could use some help. Okay. There's some spots down here too. Just do that. There should not be... No, it's fine. It's fine. I think it's all right. Maybe add a little bit there. Oops. No, I don't like that. Okay, we don't need to overdo it. I think it's okay. That looks pretty good, though. Wait, we haven't finalized it yet, so let's go ahead and add some highlights. When's the next playtest? I'm aiming for Halloween. So I want to release the next playtest early for Patreon members. On Halloween, we'll run the Patreon-only playtest again for a week, and then a week after, or after that week is elapsed, we'll open it up to the public for a week, and then the playtest will end. And we'll do it all over again after another 1 or 2 months of development. Just got to reach the optimal level of annoying for it to be tomorrow. Yeah. The most amazing part of pixel art is just how much impact a single pixel has. Yeah, it's really... That's one of the things that I think is core, like, to learn is that... Well, first of all, like, you're... I don't know if this is right. We have artists in the chat, so you could feel free to disagree with me, but... One of the things that's most important about pixel art is you're not really trying to accurately represent what you're drawing. You're trying to instill the impression of what you're drawing on the viewer, right? So it's much more about like, is the viewer, when they see that, are they getting the impression of the thing that you're trying to draw? Because I think if you try to be too accurate and you try to like shove a bunch of detail into the pixel art, and you're like, well, for example, a spider has 8 legs, so I got to draw all 8 legs in this tiny area, and it gets all visually muddy and noisy. If you're like with the spider that I drew, it was like it looked cleaner. It looked more like a spider with just 6 legs because there was enough, you know, negative space. There was enough room to portray other important details of the piece of art. And so, yeah, giving the impression of what you're trying to draw is a lot about placing your pixels carefully, but also not trying to stuff too much detail into it, you know? That's what I've learned anyway. Okay, I think that side is good. I think that looks largely okay. Yeah, I think that'll work. I think that will work. I do love how this UI is coming. My only thought on it is that so much of the game depends on this purple tone. It would be nice to see more colors outside the cards. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of a decision that I've made, is that the UI elements, the map elements, they're all, it's like almost like I'm using two color palettes. For my environment and for my UI, I'm using 4 of my 8 colors. So these 4 colors here. So basically the cool colors, the darker cool colors, plus this red and the black. But then for the cards and for certain UI elements like the health and whatnot, that's when I bring in the full color palette. And actually, I would say for my cards, generally speaking, for my cards, I actually don't really use these 2 colors that much. So my cards are much more relying on these brighter colors than these colors here. So I've almost got like 2, like, I guess you could say it's almost like a sub palette, you know? And I think that works because the cards are supposed to be like visually the most eye-catching parts, because those are that's the core of the game, right? Is managing your cards. So I think it works. And this looks like very oppressively purple here, but when there's cards filling in the inventory, it looks a lot brighter. It looks a lot more visually interesting. So I think it's okay, but we'll see. Oh, I still have to do the text too. Text up here. Well, let's just see how it works in game. Let's take a gander. Reducing a painter's palette can increase creativity. Yeah, I think that's right. Hello, Stephen. Welcome. Good to see you here. The UI has a sub palette, yeah. It is the spider leg that you don't see that gets you. Spiders canonically have 6 legs in Alchemortis lore. Yeah, that can work. Okay, how are we feeling about this? Oh, my advertisement is up there. How are we, here, I'll make the windows smaller so you can see all the details. I think it looks good. I was worried this top section would be too busy, but I think it almost kind of like the pattern almost merges into the window, which is really cool. I like that a lot. And then this section here, I don't know what I'm going to do with this section. Probably not do an intricate ornamentation in there. Is spider leather a thing? Not in this game. In real life, I don't think so. But I feel like I've seen spider leather in like MMOs and stuff. That looks so good. You like it? Can't believe this dev supports 6-legged arachnida. Thought this was a politics-free stream. Yeah. Pretty unique and distinct look. Okay, good. I'm glad you like it. Do you guys know tarantula have fluffy paws close up? I did know that, yeah. I didn't realize there was an additional constraint on the UI. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's like a... It wasn't a constraint that I actively set out to do. It's just that's kind of how the game style has coalesced, is like the UI and largely background elements are all the darker colors, and then like the cards will use the brighter ones. So you could see, even if I go here and I grab this booster and I start filling in the inventory here, like it starts to look a lot more colorful. So we need some cell text here, and we need some inventory text here. Also, the gaps look different in size. Oh, wait. No, never mind. This cell board is too far down. Let's fix that. Player inventory. This cell board margin container. Margin top 285. I think that's correct. Not quite. Okay, there we go. All right, cool. Looks great. I'm glad you like it. Now I just got to fill in that last area. This area here, I think what I'll do is maybe I'll just, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'll just carve out like a section here for the currency. Trying to think if there's other information I could put in here. Trying to think if there's other information. I mean, what I could do potentially is... So the combat widget is here when you open your inventory so that you can see your health. But I could almost put like a secondary health display here alongside the currency, and then I can remove the need to display this widget unless you're in combat, you know what I mean? That could be something that I do. So you get your currency and health over here. But we'll see. Hello, Mio Leo Dev. Good to see you. Welcome to the stream. Can we highlight the tiles that the card will be placed on when you're holding it above the inventory? Yeah, we could do that. So like when you're hovering over it, it shows what cards are, which cells are going to be occupied. We can do that. Be a good section for that soft brick pattern that was mentioned last stream. Oh yeah. Yeah, that could work. How can I release my game to millions of people for free? I don't know. I know how you can release your game for free. How are you going to get your game into the hands of millions of people? I don't know. Still don't know about the middle bit. How can I make beautiful games like you? Well, thank you. You have to practice a lot. A lot. Specifically art. This game is, number one, I'm still learning art as a process of this game, so I'm actually going back and redoing a bunch of earlier art that I did. So it's definitely a process. But this is also the culmination of like 3 years of consistent, 2.5 or 3 years of consistent pixel art practice. So yeah, it takes a long time. Do you reckon the side carvings drown out the intricacies of the window and the balances carvings? I don't think so, because like the carvings are supposed to be just background decoration. It's one of those things where I'm gonna have text here that says sell and text here that says inventory. So it's not, these things don't necessarily need to be readable. They're more so like details, like if you want to sit here as a player and like say, wait a minute, what is this actually depicting? And you can see like skeletons and this ornamentation here, and like, look, this looks like a silhouetted figure. We've got brambles and a rose down here. So it's just to fill the space. It's not really supposed to communicate anything. So if parts of the ornamentation are drowning out other parts of the ornamentation, it's fine. It's just all, it's all filler, essentially. Go door to door and sell your game. Yeah, that's how you're gonna reach millions of people. Yeah. Maybe you could put the combat log under the currency. There's not enough space here. There's not really enough space here for basically anything. Having them so densely detailed, they stand out from the rest of the game. Yeah, I mean, it kind of matches the combat widget here, level of detail wise. The thing that's going to have to change, though, is I need to change this to more closely match this over here. I think that's going to be easy, though. I think what I need to do for this is, we've already got some intricate ornamentation here. I think really what needs to happen to make this match is I just need to use some thicker pillars, like I've used in this UI here. So if I, instead of having just this line here, oh my gosh, instead of having just this line here, if I just put a thick pillar down here, I think that's already going to get me most of the way to making it look similar. And I got to use more purple and less highlighting here, I think, as well. And also include these little notches and whatnot. So I don't think it's going to be that much effort to bring this in line with this. And I think this already kind of matches the combat widget, but the combat widget has a slightly different style. It's more like astronomy. But yeah, we'll figure it out. How was your day? It's going well so far. Welcome, Dagans Taiku. Good to see you. Win-loss. Is there a day-night? There is not a day-night, no. It's always night, yeah. Just notice the spiral column, so you didn't give up after all. I didn't. No, I ended up being able to use a very tiny version of spiral columns there, which I think looks good. In regard to the detail being dense and standing out, I mean, it creates a nice border between the decoration part of the UI and what's something that needs player interaction. I think so. But we'll see. We'll see what people say about the playtest, you know. We'll see. I think this button needs to be moved down. Can I do that? Azir, come on, bud. You're being annoying. What are you doing? What are you doing? Hi. I know. I know. Are you okay? Are you okay? Do you need attention? You need attention? Okay. What are we doing? We're going to move this button down. What does that look like now? Could there be loadouts so the player can save? If so, maybe toggle that under the blood. No, I'm trying to design this game so that you don't actually want to frequently swap out your current grid. So one of the main reasons why the auto battler combat is set and forget is because I don't want people to end up in a situation where, okay, they have one board where they let it go for like 5 turns so it triggers everything it's going to trigger, and then they pause the game and then reorient their board. I don't want to do that. I want it to be like you're building up your board to be maximally efficient, making minor tweaks here and there to increase the efficiency or optimize your board. And so I don't really want to have a concept of loadouts where now you're managing 2 different boards or whatever and you've got like things for different situations. I think just focusing on like maximizing your one board is just a nicer player experience, in my opinion. But, you know, a lot of this stuff is subject to change, so we'll see. What kind of architecture does the inventory ornaments look like? It's mostly, I was looking at cathedrals with like organic decorations, like vines and trees and stuff. And this is kind of like supposed to give the impression of like a bramble patch. And that's kind of emphasized by the rose down here. At least that's what I was trying to do. And then these ornaments down here along the side, these are just like a random set of patterns that I did. There's some skeletons in here, as you can see. Cat! The no father paw on your face. Yeah, I gotta love that. Yep, the paw that goes in and out of the litter box right on my face. Just build that immune system, I guess. Which program are you using for editing videos? I use DaVinci Resolve. Cat. Yep. Welcome, Mark, by the way. Good to see you here. We need to do the text now. Inventory. Now the text, I actually don't know how this is going to work. So let's move this up where it's supposed to be. We're going to get rid of the text here. Okay, let's do insert text, grandeur 8H, color, we'll just make it red for now. Text cell. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with this. Oh. I think what I'll do is let's do this. We'll see, I don't know. Actually, let's make this maybe brighter here. Something like that. I don't know. I think this is wrong. What? Oh, I see. There we go. Maybe I'll thicken this up. Might as well just fill this in maybe. And then I wonder if I can do this. Maybe not. Might not be bright enough. I don't know. Almost wonder. Try to make this look like stone to some extent, maybe. Something like that, and then maybe we can do... That might look all right. Try that. Why not? I'm just going to be lazy here. Let's just duplicate this. Egads. We don't want this garbo over here. Get that S off of my text. Obviously, this is going to have to change here. All right, let's see how it goes. This one is longer, so it's going to need to fit in here differently. Character's portrait as a watermark in the empty space, maybe? Oh, that could work. Yeah, if I have multiple characters, for sure. That would work. Problem is this Y here is dipping down. What if there's a different word except for inventory that I can use here? A link to your Udemy courses in the middle, empty space. Yeah. Cat's the only thing I come to this stream. Very nice. When you do text like that, do you also think about localization for other languages? I'm not thinking about localization at all. We will burn that bridge when we get there. I just thought of the idea that when you sell cards, you're selling them to other necromancers at the local necro market. I don't know why that's so funny to me, but it is. Yeah. I mean, the kind of idea, the world building that I'm kind of thinking of for this game is that there's like a hidden secret society of alchemists and necromancers who are, I guess the idea is that like they routinely, like over centuries, gain in power to the point where the authorities, like the church and the kings and the nobility, have to like rally their forces to put down the evil that's growing. And so they're kind of like this underground, like pseudoscience, mystic, occult group that just slowly gains power over the centuries and has to keep getting put down. They're like an invasive species almost. And so yeah, like you're not like a lone necromancer. You're sort of inheriting a world that has already been historically altered or affected by necromancy. And you're just like one of a long line of these secret occult alchemist necromancers. That's the idea anyway. Hello, Fat Sumo. Your pixel art ability has really improved dramatically. Thank you. I appreciate that. Shop Smart Shop Necromart. Move the bottom of the Y up a pixel. Oh yeah, I could just shrink the Y, right? So I could just do that. That would work. Cards. If you want archaic alternatives for inventory, trappings, implements, chattel, tally, garniture. That would be cool. I just don't think anyone's going to know what that means. Appurtenance? Cash? Me and the gang pulling up to Necromart? Yeah, that's funny. I can probably just make this work. Let's just see. Let's see what it looks like when I highlight it all. Let's see what it looks like when I highlight it all. Hey, cat. Is that you, Shurima? Shurima. Hey, Shurima, get down. Shurima. Dang cats never listen. These dang cats never listen. Just shouting into the void. What are you doing? What is your sister doing? What is she doing? Shurima, can you stop? Okay, hold on. Get down. Thank you. Oh, goodness. Counterpoint, they don't need to know what it means. Yeah, true. Educating the masses. One of my favorite Jack Burns on the show, Will and Grace, was, well, what a big vocabulary for someone with such a small dictionary, yeah. Repertoire would also fit, but it's too French for anyone's taste. Could also do like a retinue, right? I don't know if that's a proper word to use. Retinue. Because some of your items are not necessarily like minions. This looks really good down here. I don't know if inventory works here because I can't put any extra decoration on there. I think I need a shorter word. Dash. Stash would work. Stuff. Ye bag. We could do maybe stash. Would that work? Let's try it. Oh yeah, that'll work nicely, I think. That'll work. Good suggestion. Now we can highlight all this. This cat is being so annoying. Hi, buddy. He keeps jumping up on me, then jumping down, and then jumping up on me and jumping down. I know. I'm trying to work though, buddy. Working is very hard with you. Pulling at the strings of my attention. It's very hard. You know what I'm thinking, though? It's not all bad. You know why? You know what I'm thinking? You know what I'm thinking. You know, I don't need to say it. Claps for user_1. Yes, indeed. Anything with A or E changed out for AE just to sound smart. Yeah, that could work. Claps, yes, indeed. Were you there when they renamed the inventory to the stash? Yeah, all the OGs will remember this one. Please give me all the attention all the time, seriously. I don't know what he's thinking. He do be thinking. You guys don't know. You aren't very loyal stream viewers if you don't know what I'm thinking right now. I'm just kind of disappointed, that's all. I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. Ship it. Okay, we will. I'm disappointed in us. I'm thinking it's a double quarter pounder with cheese day. How do you guys not... I just don't... after all this work we've done together, after all this work, and you let me down. I didn't join this stream to be reminded of my relationship with my parents. There you go, Blair William got it. To be fair, my McDonald's doesn't have a 2x quarter pounder with cheese. Oh, interesting. These burger days appear to be every day. It's not every day. It's like, I don't know, it's like a 95% of days during the week. So it's not every day. All right, let's see what it looks like in game. And then we need to figure out what the heck to do with this currency. I think what I'll do is maybe I'll just borrow this style that I did, like where it looks like worn brick. Just put that all in here, and then we'll just carve out a spot for the currency. But yeah, I should have gotten it for real. Double cheeseburger should have been a god card, yeah. He knows all about the Godot meta, but none of the meal prep meta. What do you mean meal prep? I mean, I go to McDonald's, they prep my burger for me. I got it down, I think. Okay, cool. I think that looks all right. All right, what else have we got on the board here? So still got to do this section here. That's the last part that needs to be done. I don't want to do UI anymore though. I don't want to do UI anymore. Maybe you can have just a big old symbol for the currency. What's your main source of vitamins and fibers? Probably game dev. Can hardly read the words in that UI. Yeah, I don't think it's super important because once you understand what each board does, you don't need to be able to read it, I don't think. There will be a tutorial and everything, but could also increase the brightness of them, I suppose. First contractor was a McDonald's line cook, yeah. The whole game is UI. We'll see what people say during the playtest. All right, let's figure out what we should work on next. I'm still not done with that, but we'll do that. And I'll finish that off stream. We need to add a tier indicator for events. That's more UI work. We do need to add a pickaxe animation for the artifact reroll, so I might do that. I don't think I'm going to do this. Let's delete that one. I'm going to change the echo enchant. Probably want to do some more artifacts as well and some more cards for sure. Again, I'm trying to just keep it limited to things that need to be done for the next playtest. So let me think. Yeah, I probably want to do a pickaxe animation. That's something that's been sitting there for a while. That's unfinished. I'm going to need to do sound effects. That's going to need to be an important one. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. So let's do the, well, I don't know. Maybe I'll do a playtest instead. I gotta keep playtesting the game. So I'm gonna do, let's actually do a playtest. Did I nerfed the spiderling, yeah. So let's do this. I'm gonna take a quick 3-minute break. When I come back, we're gonna do a playtest. I'm gonna try to win. I'm gonna try to get through all 3 bosses. We'll see how it's feeling. We'll take a bunch of notes about what's not feeling good, what needs to be nerfed, what needs to be buffed. And I think we'll round out the stream with that, because I'm not really, all this stuff is stuff that needs to be done, but I'm not really feeling like doing anything in this right now. So playtesting is always going to be useful to get it, like, the game super refined for the next playtest. So the goals for the next playtest are, in terms of the things that are going to be fixed from the first playtest, is I want the game to feel less like you can get really overpowered very easily. Obviously, I still want to preserve the ability to get overpowered, because that's the fun of roguelike games, especially if you plan your board correctly. But it shouldn't be like very, very easy to just stomp the boards every game, stomp the enemies every game. And also just making combats deadlier in general, making it so that you have to actually think carefully about which combats you're engaging in. I need to make sure that the currency gain is a lot more reasonable, so that you feel that pressure to spend your resources wisely, especially when you visit a shop. So that's the goals in terms of like the overall gameplay goals from the first playtest to the second playtest. And then of course, you know, the goal of showing everyone what a full run is going to look like. So the goal is when you go through those 3 bosses, it should take roughly 20 to 30 minutes, maybe even upwards of 45 minutes if you're being very careful and thinking about things very, very deeply. And so, yeah, that's the goals. So a lot of playtesting to do, a lot of balancing to do still. So we'll do that. Angel sounds like a sick boss. Yeah, that's going to be the 3rd boss. You're going to fight an Archangel. For you, an indie dev journey, what do you consider a successful game? Well, I will consider the game a success if it sells more than my previous game. So the success is basically, it's a relative metric compared to my previous efforts. So success for me is doing better on every metric with each release that I do. And not just like the hard metrics too, but like the less qualitative stuff, or quantifiable stuff, I mean. So like better art, better sound design, better music, better game design, but also from the hard metrics like better sales, better wish lists, more total revenue, you know, that kind of stuff. But it's relative to my position. I would say that Gunforged was a success because, you know, it sold over 2,500 copies now, which is not like life-changing money by any stretch of the imagination, but 2,500 copies is like 2,500 more copies than I've ever sold of any of my games. So that was a great success. But now the thing with Alchemortis is, okay, can we push that number? Can we 5x that number? Can we 10x that number? Can we 20x that number? Can we do the same with the wish list, right? Can we convert more of the wish lists to sales, right? Can we get more wish list conversion from people that view the Steam page, right? So all that stuff, it's relative to my previous performance. Anything that's better is going to be successful. Anything that's worse is going to be a failure. That's the way I'm thinking about it anyway. Basic Steam trailer seems like a totally doable step on stream, 10 minutes tops. I mean, I could do a stream one day where I try to throw together a trailer if you guys want to see that. It's not necessarily game dev, but maybe you can see how I edit and what I do for that. Hero enemy card gives 1 preserve for each card, like he's protecting everyone from you. I have that. The Hero's Warhorn. I think that's what it's called. Horn of Heroes is what it's called. This Horn of Heroes, let me just look at it again. This applies shield per allied minion card. So it does exactly that, Yeet, basically. Okay, go test the game. Yeah, we're going to do that. Was that in the playtest? It was not. No, that's a brand new card. I think I made that card last week. Hello, Clickertail. All right, give me a 3-minute break. I'll be right back, and we will jump right into a playtest of the game. So, BRB. All right, I'm back. Random question. How do you sort your scripts from your scenes? I've been keeping them stored in the same folders as each other because they're so tightly coupled. I split them, and I split them for a couple reasons. One, when I'm in my IDE here, I want to be able to just go and see only scripts when I'm clicking around like this. I don't want to have a bunch of extra, you know, files to sort through, these TSCN files. But the other reason is that I actually have way more scripts than I do scenes in this game. And so I need like a separate scripts directory anyway. So I've always, for my games, I've always just separated the scenes from the scripts. When I create a script for a scene, I mirror the folder structure. So if I look at scenes auto load, for instance, there's a corresponding scripts auto load here. So they mirror each other. When a script matches up to a scene, the directory structure is mirrored. But like if I look at the data folder here, everything in this data folder is only like, it's just pure logical stuff. None of these scripts in here in this data folder or subfolders have a corresponding scene. So this is all pure scripts here. Some of these are implicitly linked to resources like the artifacts and the cards, but most of this stuff is pure data logical classes and stuff like that. So that's the way I've always done my stuff. It just seems cleaner to me. I don't like co-locating resources. I think it just adds a lot of noise. But that's personal preference. It's not something that needs to be done that way. Hello, Progyon. Welcome back. Our favorite niche internet eceleb is back. Seriously. All right, we're going to get into this playtest here. I do have to get off in 45 minutes, which should be plenty of time to get through a playtest here. Mirrored directories, yeah. If Alchemortis is successful enough, would you consider additional content like DLCs, maybe themed around new settings as Aztecs, Deep Sea Horrors, or something like that? Yeah, for sure. Whether I do more work on Alchemortis or not is mostly just going to be an economic decision, you know? It's not going to be like, if Alchemortis doesn't sell well, I'm not going to spend more time building out more content for it. But if it does sell well and people are like, hey, we love the game and we want more of it, then yeah, definitely do that. Do some paid DLC, but it's too early to plan that stuff right now. You know, don't count your chickens before they hatch and all that stuff. All right, so let's see. Friar Prayer Beads. I think I can beat that one, especially if I grab that health upgrade there. So let's upgrade to Skeletron here. That'll help, and then we'll grab the free health from this. Increase health by 10. We'll go up here. I should win this one, yeah. My cat is currently screaming in the kitchen, probably because he's hungry. It's all right. He can be hungry for a second. Okay. Increase health again. Oh, I just set up a bad loop for myself. I did not think about that. All right, well, that's fine. Let's fight this one. Another Friar Prayer Beads. Need to fill out some more enemy cards to get some more variety in the game here. Okay. Alchemy. Well, this is going to be pretty much useless, but actually, yeah, I probably shouldn't do this. I did not plan this route. I just kind of fumbled the ball here. That's all right. We will try to get this working. I need a booster. Where's the boosters at? Where's my boosters at? Is there no booster, really? I should have gone that way. Okay, we're going to have to... Oh, I've taken so much movement penalty here. This is not good. I already fumbled it. And this is useless too. Oh my gosh. I'm bricking my run already. Well, we'll see. I'm already at 64 out of 100. This might be a bad run. I need a board size increase too. I don't see one anywhere. Yeah, I don't know about this one. I should have probably spent the money to get higher tier cards, actually, if I was being smart. But I can hit this shop, so hopefully the shop will be my redeeming. I'm gonna try not to abandon this run just because it's going badly. I'm gonna see if I can recover this. I've got a lead ingot, so that's gonna be really useful. And I've got $19, so let's see. I go here. There's a board size increase. That's going to be big, so let's grab that. We can put the candle in here. I don't have enough for the Emanating Muscaria. Let's sell the Gorgon head and also the embalming fluid. Get some more money out of here. I'm going to sell the lantern too. That's not going to be useful. Okay, so we got some money back. We do have an alchemy here, which may actually be a good thing to do. Slap these things. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Now, I don't remember what tier this is. This may actually not... No, that probably won't work. I don't know. I need to show what tier this is, but let's do this instead. Let's grab the Amanita muscaria for some extra poison damage. We'll put that there. I have $10 left. Okay, that's fine. We'll grab this other board size increase here. Oh, that's going to put me into the boss fight if I go that way. Let's do this one and then board size increase, and we'll see how the boss goes. Probably not going to survive the boss, but let's see. Okay. This is probably not going to go well. Let's see. Nope. All right. I just got destroyed. I do think that maybe... Let me try this. Let's see. I'm just going to nerf the wanted level a little bit because it felt like it was a little bit too aggressive. How to learn pixel art, any tips? I have a video on this channel called How to Get Good at Pixel Art with No Art Skill. You can check that out if you're interested. Those are the 5 biggest tips that I learned that dramatically improved my pixel art capabilities. So check that out if you're interested. That's what, I mean, I'm just, in that video, I just share what worked for me. And so hopefully that will answer your question. Oh, wow, that UI on the left looks amazing. Thank you, Adaton. Welcome. Good to see you at the stream. It's not quite done yet. We got to do something with this area here, but it's almost done. Azir, come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are we doing here? What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Yeah? Hello, welcome back again for the 7th time. That's a tier 2 alchemy. That's an increased board size. I might actually just swing up this way. Hit these combats, get some money. Well, let's see. That's 9, that's 5, 8, 9. Oh, that's expensive though. That's an expensive one. I don't want to hit that shop because that's not going to help. Maybe I'll just swing around this way then. I'll grab the alchemy board size and then we'll go up that route maybe. I think those are going to be doable fights, so let's just do that. I do like the balancing changes that I've made so far because it does feel like the path you take is more meaningful. Okay, I'll just take one of these. Cool. I'm going to need some more. There's a booster there. Oh, a tier 2 booster. So if I hit these, which I think are going to be winnable, I can swing down and get that booster. Yeah, that bell is very powerful. I might change that bell a little bit to do a random enemy instead of the enemy with the least turn cooldowns remaining. I should win this one as well. I think. Oh, maybe not. It's kind of neck and neck, actually. Oh, the necrosis ticked in. Or kicked in, rather. Let's fight this one now. This one might be difficult. This guy deals 8 damage. Okay. I might actually not... Oh, no. Nope, not going to win that one. Yep, I don't think I'm going to win this one. Shoot. I don't think there's a way for me to win this one. Dang, thwarted already. Okay, well, maybe my balancing tweaks are a little bit too aggressive. Anyway, let's try again. So I got a grimoire. Can I beat the... I don't know if I can beat those arming swords. Let's see. All poison applied is increased by 1. Actually, that might be good. If I put this in here, grab that. Put this here now. That poison is going to be good against the arming swords because they apply shielding. And the poison bypasses shield. Yep. Ooh, I don't think I would have won that if I was just using the skeletons. Okay. All right, we're good, we're good, we're good. Turn cooldown is reduced by 1. Echo. Ooh. I think I'm going to nerf Echo, so I'm going to not take that because I don't want to use it in its overpowered state right now. I can't put another enchantment on this one. It's not going to work. This encounter is too weak to add more enchantments to this card. So we'll do it on this one instead. So the question now is, do I take the health and go this way? I might skip the shop. I might swing up this way and hit that increased board size. Actually, maybe I won't do that. Maybe I'll just... Well, I do want the health increase, though. 6, 5, that's 11, 17. What is that, 23? So that's going to be 28 notoriety to get to here if I go this way. I think that's probably all right. Okay, that was good. This one should be easy. All right, we're getting somewhere now. We got some momentum here. Do I want to alchemize this? I kind of do. This is a little bit risky, but let's see. The risk paid off. Look at that. So this Amanita Muscaria is basically the same, except it has 1 less turn cooldown and it deals 4 damage now. Perfect. All right. That's what I'm talking about. Increase this. Now I need a booster. Is there a booster in range? There's one all the way down there. That's not good. We don't need more enchants. So I guess I'll just go up to these combats here. I don't know if I'm going to win against that one. I do have 2 cards I can sacrifice though if I die. So let's just try it. I am kind of doubtful that I'm going to win against this one, but... Okay, let's try it. Oh, never mind. That was easy. Very cool. Tacoing about. Tacos sound good. Tacos are good. Okay, we got the checkpoint here. I need more boosters. But I can visit the shop. I'm going to have a lot of money for the shop, so this is actually perfect. Here we go. This run is going better. So I've got $37. We'll go into the tier 2 shop. It's a tier 2 shop. Tier 2. Snail Cat. Increased board size is $14. Let's do the board size increase. I can put the Grimoire on here now. Do I want to do a card upgrade or an enchant? I could throw an additional enchant onto one of these things if I do this. Let's do that. Increases critical chance by 10%. Turn cooldown reduced by 1. I'm going to increase the critical chance of this because this already has a 25% chance. So I buff that by 10%. It's got a 2x multiplier on it. So that means that if it crits on damage, it will do 8 damage. And if it crits on poison, it'll apply 4 poison. So I actually think that's probably going to be a smart play there. And then I have $3 left, so we'll just leave. There's a booster there and a board size increase. We're at 70 points. 70 notoriety points. That's a tier 2 upgrade card. That's 8 points though. I'm trying to figure out. I probably want to do this. Yeah. So if I go here, that's 78, 82, 88. That would be 92. I don't know what this one is. I think if I make this loop here, I don't know what that node is, but if I make this loop around, I think I can hit this one before the boss triggers. Let's see, 8, 12, 18, 16, 22, 26. So that will put me at 96. So if this one is greater than 4, I'm not going to be able to get to this before the boss fight starts. Of course, I don't have to hit this upgrade. That's also a tier 2 upgrade there. So I could shorten it. I could go this way around so I can guarantee get that. The health increase would be nice though too. What do I do? The reason I want this board size increase because I'm going to be hitting the booster here. And I want to be able to use those cards that I get. So I think I'll just, I'll bypass these 2 nodes up here. I'll do this one here. See if that works. So we got some alchemy going on here. I don't really know if I want to alchemize anything. I mean, if I can alchemize the skeleton, I guess. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do the grimoire and the skeleton. This one is the best because it's got a 6 turn cooldown. Yeah. Okay. Now we can go to the booster here. Minion cards, guaranteed weapon card, 4 total cards. I'm gonna spend the money to get more cards actually. Okay, Staff of Vela, that's good. We'll slap that on there. Frog, Scythe, Corvid. That combat was 5. Good thing I didn't go that way. Hello, Schlurgy. Welcome back. Good to see you. Let's hit this upgrade. I think I want to upgrade the grimoire. And we can hit this. Okay, now we're in business. Oh, I'm at 99. Oh, I must have done my math wrong. Oh, no, I didn't. I don't think. Okay. I think that's going to be okay. I'm actually kind of wondering. I may not actually use this staff here. Let me take a look at the enemy board. Yeah, I actually don't think that's stat, because that staff is going to be consuming the statuses that I apply here and here, but at level 1 it only does half of the total status stacks consumed as damage. So that's actually, this would be really useful if this board stacked a lot of shielding, but it doesn't. So instead, I'm going to bring the Corvid over. Can I make room for the frog as well? Yes. Okay. We're going to try that. we're going to try that. Dang it. Okay, but I got it more than halfway down. So maybe if I sacrifice these things. Oh, 1 health left. Oh my gosh. I had 1 health left. I did it. All right. Whew. Okay, that was close. That was close. We're okay. We're doing fine. I definitely think I wouldn't have won if I had kept that staff in there, so that's good. Calculated, yeah. I totally ran all those numbers in my head. Well, I have 3 free moves. I just used 1, though. I want to get that upgrade, but I think I'm just going to move into the next region now. Start getting some more power. Okay. We're into the next region now. Okay. All right. We're starting to get some stuff going on here. Tier 3 alchemy. Unfortunately, I don't really have much, but I think I'll just throw all these things together. See what I get. Okay. All right. Well, that was not good at all. I think I just nerfed myself super hard. I have some money though, so let's see. Fucking sundial. I think I just need to buy some damage, honestly. Let's buy the Wyvern Hatchling. I have $12 left. Well, this is no good. I don't think I'm going to win this one. Maybe? Nope. I think that's game over for me. Get rid of the frog. Shoot. I don't know if I can recover. Oh, I'm definitely not going to win against that one. I don't think I can recover from this. Nope. That's game over, everybody. Okay. I actually don't think that that's that big of a problem. I mean, my loss rate is definitely higher than it used to be. As to whether it's too difficult or not, I don't know. Because I have to consider, too, that there's going to be meta upgrades, like permanent progression upgrades that you can get to make your game easier. I definitely think that the fact that it's harder is good because I have to be more careful with my decision making. So that's good. I can't just blow through all the nodes and just randomly do stuff and get overpowered. I do have to think quite a bit. So that's good. Yeah, whether it's too hard or not, I'm going to have to play test this more. I think we were talking about how Slay the Spire is like, you know, it takes you a certain number of runs before you finally get one that you can actually win with. Unless you're like super really good at the game. My favorite artifact. Good guys win, it's all good, yeah. Always seems like 3+ items in the cauldron is too risky. It's not game over if you can reach another booster before combat. Right, yeah. It doesn't have power meta progression. No, it doesn't. No. So yeah, I have to think about that for sure. This is why I want to maybe hire somebody to help me with the game design. Because I just don't know. Like, I do like the fact that I was thinking very hard about that. But I just don't know what the answer to the question of if it's too hard is. Take multiple runs due to player knowledge mostly. I mean, when I played Slay the Spire, no matter how much I played, I never won more than like 5% of them. Maybe I'm just dumb. I missed your face. Don't know why YouTube didn't push you through lately. Oh, well, welcome, Alan. Good to see you again. Welcome back. Okay, well, I have a meeting that I need to get ready for, but I'm going to keep playtesting this off stream all this week and probably on stream as well. got a lot of stuff to get done. So yeah, gonna be working on this some more for sure. But part of the playtest, the new playtest that will be coming out in a couple of weeks is to gauge, get your opinions on whether it's too difficult now or whether it feels right. So we'll see. We'll have to figure that out. But it's getting there. It's shaping up. Just got to do a lot more work on it. It's too hard. Power meta is a very effective way to get players hooked for 7 to 10 hours, but I find myself drifting away from such games after I'm done unlocking all power. Yeah, that's the other thing. Yeah, I don't know. I think it would be better if this game just purely relied on strategy and like the power stuff is maybe just soft power. I don't like it either. I don't like when roguelike games make it so that it's impossible to win if you haven't unlocked your meta progression. I really don't think that's fun. I lose motivation to play roguelikes when I find out that I need to do some grinding before I even have a hope of winning. So I definitely don't want to do that for this game. So maybe that's the decision I need to make then. I just need to balance the game around like a single base difficulty level that will not be changed meaningfully from the meta progression. And then the meta progression can all be stuff like unlock a new playable character or unlock new cards that can appear in the run, or maybe just even increase your stash size as well, right? Awesome stream, thank you. As fun as Hades was, meta progression always kind of felt like a scam when required. Yeah, that was one of the reasons I wasn't a huge fan of Hades either, is like, I gotta do all these runs to get all this power just so I have a better chance of winning. It's like, I just don't like that. That doesn't feel good to me. So I think that's what I'll do. If I want this game to be all about strategy and I want to make it so that you can win if you're very careful with your strategic decisions, then the meta progression should really just be about offering you more strategic decisions rather than just raw power increases, right? And more strategic decisions being more cards to play with, more different build types you can make work, all that kind of good stuff, right? So we'll figure it out. We'll get it figured out. But anyway, I have to go. I got that meeting in 15 minutes or so, so I'm going to get ready for that. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for being here. Again, Alchemortis is available for wish listing, so check that out if you're interested. And if you want to, you can also financially support the project. Again, if you support at the top tier here, you will get an Alchemortis Steam key sent to you when the game launches on Steam, and you'll also have your name listed in the in-game credits. So definitely appreciate you considering that. Otherwise, like I said, you can wish list, you can like the video, subscribe to the channel, join the Discord, all that good stuff. And I'll be back at it tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern. I hope to see you there. Have a good day, everyone. And yeah, see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.